Today I'm going to show you how to properly process roses for long vase life. Hi, welcome to another video. I just went to the flower market and bought a lot of roses, and I'm going to show you how we process roses when we get them back from the flower market, how they're packaged from the wholesaler, and what we do to condition roses for long vase life and to get them to bloom. Now they come 25 stems in a cardboard sleeve like this, and there's like a piece of cellophane here that I'm going to remove because it's really noisy. And they're often banded on the bottom with a rubber band. And there's this protective cardboard sleeve. Now these roses are from Ecuador. These are 50 centimeter roses, and there's 25 stems always in a wholesale bundle of roses from the flower market. Now, roses are sold by stem length. There's 30 centimeter, 40 centimeter, 50 centimeter, 60 centimeter, 70 centimeter, and even 80 centimeter. Now, the range that I usually buy is 40, 50s, and 60s. Now, 40s and 50s are a good height. They're pretty long, but not so long that you're paying for extra stem length that you're going to cut short for centerpieces. And 60s are tall enough for large arrangements usually, and 70s and 80s are almost too tall. I usually don't have a use for that, and I don't want to pay for stem length. And you're not going to see a lot of 70 or 80 centimeter roses, except for maybe bright red roses for Valentine's Day for really, really long stem length. Now, these roses are from Ecuador, and let's open it up and see what we have. Oh, before we start, I'm going to put on gloves. When I'm doing processing, I always wear gloves. I just buy these single-use gloves from Costco. I go through tons of these. In fact, I do most of my flower arrangements with gloves on to protect my hands. There are probably residue from pesticides and other things on here, and your hands are just going to get really thrashed if you don't wear gloves. So we're going to unpackage them. Now these are going to be shipped in these huge long boxes where I think they could put maybe 15 to 20 bundles of these in these long shipping boxes. This is a beautiful hot pink rose called, what is it called? Hot Spot. It's a new rose for me. I haven't seen this before. I bought it because it's got a lot of petals and sort of a roughly center, almost like a garden rose. And these are pretty nice. These roses don't have a lot of thorns, so it's going to be pretty easy to process. Some roses will have really thick thorns, and in those cases, I'll wear my rose gauntlets so I don't get scratched up. What I have here are rose strippers. You can probably buy these on Amazon. I don't know what they have on Amazon specifically, but I can research that for you. But this I love because it has a protective sheath. And then there's the standard ones that are just stainless steel that you use, and I find those are not as good. So what we do is we go ahead and strip. I strip most of the leaves off because you don't want any leaves in your bucket. And that's what we do. We just go through and strip them. I might leave one or two pairs of leaves, sometimes not even. And you'll notice that the roses are staggered. You have a layer of shorter roses, and now you have a layer of longer roses. So there are two lengths here. And that's always the case with these wholesale roses. And you just keep doing this, all 25. Okay. Definitely want to wear an apron to protect your clothing, like my kitty apron. This is how I feel when I'm processing roses after going to the flower market. So we just strip all the roses. Now, when I'm doing this for an event, I actually have a machine rose stripper that I can put through. But I'm not going to show you that because you're never going to need to buy a rose stripping machine. You are your own rose stripping machine. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to strip all of it because it'll be boring for you to watch. And I'm going to show you what we use to as a preservative for roses. Now, I have a bucket of water here. This is hot water. Now, I don't know what the temperature is, and realistically, I don't think you need to measure the temperature. For roses, we process in hot water. And the water is, I would say, about as hot as a hot bath water. And I love to use Floral Preservative. These are clear, Floral Life Crystal Clear, which means there's no residue if you're using it in a clear vase. And you're supposed to use 4 tablespoons for a gallon of water. I never know how much water I have, so I'll put like 3 scoops in. And this is readily available. I actually buy these in huge buckets, but I wanted to show you this in a small container that's more friendly for home use. And I have this Clorox cleanup here because this is what we use to disinfect and wash our buckets. Because the buckets get pretty gross after a week with flowers in it. And before you put new flowers in, I use this, spray the inside of the bucket, wash it, rinse it out. And I find this is very convenient. I used to put bleach in bottles and spray it, but this is great because it has a cleanser in it as well. Okay, that's why this is here. And then what you do is you just put your roses in. You just, oops, put a bunch together. And then you just cut the stems. Now you want to cut the stems at least 1 or 2 inches for a nice fresh cut. And then you pop them in here, okay? And that's it. That's how we process roses professionally. And we use hot water, which is a lot of people, when I tell them we use hot water to process flowers, it seems really counterintuitive. But generally speaking, any hard woody stems, we use hot water, warm water for most other cut flowers. And for springtime bulb type of flowers, tulips, ranunculus, anemone, flowers like that, we use cold water. And that's how we process roses for use. And good fresh roses like this that just came in from the flower market, if you process it well, should last you at least 7 to 10 days. Now, these roses have been air shipped, cold shipped, and so they're not looking their best. They're not blooming yet, but a few, maybe a day or 2 in the in this water, they will open up a little bit. Now, Floral Life Preservative, I believe, has a bactericide and some kind of a sugar to kind of provide some nutrients for your flowers to open. I actually did a science experiment with my son once where we did different preservatives, different methods for preserving flowers to see which came out on top. And professional Floral Life Preservative came out on top. So what we tested was plain water, a little bit of bleach, a little bit of alum, and Floral Life Preservative. And the professional blend of bactericide and food came out the winner. I hope this helps in your flower processing, and I'm going to do more videos on different types of flowers and how we process it, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and send me a comment, and I will see you in the next video.